Male gaze. The male gaze is this idea that men are some ideal spectator of women. In essence, men view women as points of sexual interest and as something to be objectified. For instance, a man runs into a strong, intelligent, kick-ass woman, but instead of commending her for these traits, the man rates how she looks. He chirps to his friends, "Hey, this woman's too fat," or "Hey, she's ugly," or "Wow, she's flat." And then he gets commended for it. Kind of gets some pats on the back and all that. Because this woman won't grant him any pleasure, the man perceives her as less valuable. And this is a common theme that shows up in visual media time and time again as well. It caters to this male gaze by feeding viewers with content that overly sexualizes women and unrealistically builds their character around looking good, rather than around their personal capabilities. This feedback of men watching this media, extending its popularity, and then perpetuating the male gaze, really just constructs this concept that women are built to flatter them. Not only does this media create this kind of gross worldview, it also plagues women themselves as viewers. Laura Mulvey, a feminist film theorist, puts it as going far beyond highlighting women's to be looked at-ness. Cinema builds the way that she is to be looked at into the spectacle itself. Visual media builds up this unfair expectation for women to appeal to the male gaze. As a result, women look at this media and jump through hoops, break their backs, and face pain and suffering, such as even experience with depression or anorexia, just because they want to fit or they don't fit this unrealistic standard. Women are forced to fulfill this superficial sense of worth established by different directors and viewers and male eyes. For a simplified example, take this guy that likes cars a little too much. Let's call him Bradford. Bradford, instead of the male gaze, has what we'll call the car gaze. Give Bradford two cars, car A and car B. Bradford says to car A, "Man, that car sucks." Why does he think car A sucks? Well, car A isn't expensive, it doesn't have a loud engine, doesn't have aftermarket parts, a sport mode, or tinted windows. To him, it's a loser car. Meanwhile, his car, car B, has all of the bells and whistles and it's painted matte black. Well, Bradford over here fails to acknowledge car A's key features such as its safety rating, child accommodation features, Bluetooth, heated seats, and stellar gas mileage. He instead opts for this vanity standard that makes car B appear way better than car A, rather than many of the deeper features that also make car A amazing. Now, Bradford and his little car goons laugh at every Subaru Outback or Toyota Prius that drives by them on the freeway. Men can view women in the same sort of light. They can disregard the infinite valuable characteristics that a woman has and only focus on how they look, rating them on a scale from 1 to 10. These looks are compared to and oftentimes referenced to this unrealistic standard that, again, is continued in film. And I know this example with Bradford and the cars is a bit off key, but at a simple level, it's not so far off. Maybe it's okay to rate cars and, have an opinion about them in a vain way, but women are people, not some sort of object or thing to control. And obviously, media and men aren't all nor the sole contributor to this ongoing problem, but it's still a large concern. So I invite you to ponder this idea, and if you're a guy, particularly a heterosexual guy, to not be the Bradford of women, and instead try to reverse this unjust perception of them that the world has been building for far too long.